Hi, and welcome to another lesson of the Excel for Absolute Beginners course. In this lesson, we are looking at how to save your workbook. So we'll talk about save as, and Control S. Let's switch to our spreadsheet to start. So this is the spreadsheet that we are working in, and we've been playing around with these spreadsheets, moving here and there, typing in things. So now we know how to get data into it, how to move around in Excel. But what if we've done something? Let's say we've typed a list of names in here, and we are okay with this. We want to save it. How do we go about to save? So if you remember the lesson on the backstage view, I said you click on the file tab up here and it brings you to this. So we have save and save as. If it is the first time that you are saving, it will default to save as even when you click save. So it's basically the same thing if you haven't saved it before. So save as allows you to save the documents again with a different name. Okay, but save, that is probably the first time you are saving it, or you've made changes to the work, you don't want to change the name, you just want to save the changes that you've made, then you can use the save. So when you click on any of them, what you are interested in is choosing a location to save your workbook. Where exactly do you want to save it? So if you are not seeing the folder, a suggestion of folder here, you can equally click on browse and go search for the location where you want to save your file. So now let me create a folder within documents, say call it Excel tutorials. Then we'll save this book in here. So this book is called book 1 by default, as I mentioned earlier, and we can rename it to tests book 1. Let's say that is the new name. The save as type, make sure it is Excel workbook, because currently that is what we are working with. There are quite a number of save as types, but we are interested in the Excel workbook for now. So go ahead and click save, and now the file has been saved. You remember I told you about the title. I told you about the title bar. Once we've changed the name, the title bar has also changed from book 1 to test book 1. Okay, then every other thing here is still the same. We've just saved the file, meaning when we close this and go to documents, that's where we saved the documents. We created a folder in documents called Excel tutorials. Then in here, this is test book 1, so we can open it up. Alright, so this is the file that we saved not long ago, and we have opened it up. We have everything here. But what if we go ahead to add other names to our list or any data to the workbook? Then we'd have to save it again. This time around, if we want to maintain the sheets that we are currently working with, so our interest is not in changing the sheet, we don't want to recreate it, but rather we just want it to remember that we've done some changes to it. Then we'll go ahead and use save. So file, then click on save, and that is all to do. The simplest way to do that save, so let's add another one called Pascal Ahonia to add this other one. If you want to save it, the simplest way to save is to use the keyboard shortcut Control S. So that is what I just pressed, Control S, and it automatically saves the work. Control S, and the work is saved. So if, however, you've added extra things, or you want to create a duplicate copy for a different purpose, then that's one you'd have to go back and use save as. Meaning now, okay, let me add another one, say Phyllis Ehonia. Okay, and I want to save this as a different file because now I've added extra information. That means you'd have to use save as. So come to save as, locate the folder you want to save it in as, then call this textbook 2. Then go ahead and save it, textbook 2. And when you check your title bar, you realize that this has changed to textbook 2. This means that this new change that we made, the Felix Ewonia, will not be available in textbook 1. So let's go back and go and open textbook 1. So this particular one is textbook 1, and as you can see, there is no Felix Ewonia in here. But if we should go to textbook 2, this is textbook 2, there is Felix Ewonia in there. So in this lesson, we've learned about saving your workbook and basically using the backstage view, the save or the save as commands, or using Ctrl S to save your workbook. I hope you're enjoying the lesson so far. Do subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and I'll see you in the next lesson.